Yo guys, welcome back to World Show Off Talks. And pretty much this episode is going to be me rambling on while working on my bedroom. Something I needed to do for where am I going? Something I've been meaning to do for quite some time actually. And there is a reason this is blocked off. You will not know that reason for quite some time. Well, I'm hoping it's not as long as I plan it to be, honestly. But let's just jump right into this thing and let's get started. What do we need? Some pumpkins to start it off with. Now, first thing is first with this room. Like I said, I kind of got things carved out a little bit how I want to. There will be another beacon here and mirrored on this side. So I won't be doing too much with that right this second. Lighting will be key in this room. Why can't I hit it? Okay. Lighting will be key in this room. So for that, I'll be using jack-lanterns with carpet. But other than that, I have my laptop open to my right. So if my voice kind of goes off in one direction a little bit, that's because I'm looking over at my other computer screen. I've already built a sample of this in a test world. So I'm going to try not to look over there too much, but I'm not going to make any promises because it's not a complicated design, but it is pretty special, I should say. I really should not be looking this way very much. 1 second. Okay, that is brick. I had to check on one thing just to make sure it is what I think it is. Well, let's just throw dirt up there for right now. I'll have to remember to go remove that off camera. That way you guys don't get ruined by the surprise. But basically, let's just go through a rundown of everything that's going on in life right now, shall we? Let's see. It's Monday at the time of recording this. Which, this is my kind of mess around, do whatever I want kind of day. Well, not do whatever I want, but my mess around and record, catch up on some videos, and do homework pretty much. So instead of doing something productive, I'm going, hey, don't look over there. Don't look over there. Okay. We're good. But like I said, this Monday is my catch-up day or screw-off day or whatever day I really decided it is. But my only class today was what? I'm messing things up in here already. This design changed a little. I guess I should have looked at both sides instead of just looking at one. But today's class was media and culture. Little fun fact, if you didn't already discover this, I knew this fact, but there was one girl in class today that discovered Snapchat photos do not get deleted. It was actually kind of funny. I shouldn't talk about this too much in detail, but since I don't know her name, it's not like I'm going to be able to give away any big secrets. But like I said, we're talking about sort of the development of social media and how some things have impacted society and this and that. And he started off talking about... Oh, what did he talk about? Just text messages in general. And someone brought up the discussion of Snapchat and how it was a photo sharing thing that would erase photos, and the teacher's like, no, you are wrong. And a girl right behind me screams out, what? Oh, like I said, it came to a shock to her, I guess. But everybody's looking at her like, are you serious? You did not know that? It's like, have you not been on Facebook or Twitter to see that people have pages of Snapchat leaked? But it was entertaining, to say the least, I guess. But it just goes to show you that some people will really believe everything they're told. And I'm just changing my view on my laptop so I can get a better picture of everything. But it's one of those things that you couldn't help but laugh at, but at the same time, it's like, are you serious? You did not know that? I thought everybody knew it, honestly, but, well, to each his own, I guess. But just for the record, if you did not know, Snapchat and other image sharing applications, they do save all the files. So if you're one of those naughty people out there that does that, you might want to reconsider. Because if for whatever reason someone can gain access, which there are hackers out there, but if someone could gain access to your, not to your, but to the server or hosting site or hosting company that has all those, well, a simple Google search could pull up potentially however many pictures you've taken. So just a little FYI, in case you didn't know, that's how the world works. But enough about that. Also, some fun facts if you didn't know. To all you Bing users that say it's better, or all the commercials that say Bing is more preferred or this and that, it's a load of hogwash. I think the percentage of Bing users and the percentage of Google users, it's like Google gets 80% of the traffic, Bing gets 15%, and between all the other ones it's like a 2 or 3% tile thing. So like I said, I don't have the site that has all the information, so I couldn't tell you where it's at. But if I look it up on my school's website, I can or my school, I don't know what it's called. It's like an online class discussion area, whatever you want to call it, I guess. I'm trying not to say the name to give it away, so yeah. But anyways, like I said, I can look that up and hopefully find the website. If you're that intrigued by it, just leave a comment and I'll look that up. What do I want here? Similar to that, I think. And I think I'm going to run out of logs doing this. I did not... yeah. This might look a little wonky, but it could look alright. That's a lot of this design I just kind of threw together in creative and called it good. So there's a slight possibility. Oh, you don't belong there. You belong like that. There is a slight possibility that I will go through and change some of these designs. But like I said, it's been a weekend. Went back home like I usually do. Not always, but usually. Went back home of my own free will, which shocked my mother a little bit. She's been going through quite a conundrum lately. That's all I should really say about that. Trying not to go into too much more details. But she was kind of shocked that I showed up. And we moved 20 or so head of cattle, which if you're not from a farm or know what a farm, well, I hope you know what a farm is, but if you don't know the approximate size and weight of cattle, then you have no clue what I'm talking about. But anyone that does dabble in livestock you quit looking that way, will know that moving that amount of cattle is a chore, to say the least. I think, what was it? It was approximately 12 or so calves, and the rest were cows and a bull. Like I said, if you have no idea the size of a bull compared to a cow, you're going to be like, huh? But let's just say everything went smoothly. No injuries, nothing like that. So as far as that doesn't look too bad actually. Like I said, on my creative world, I done from this line over. So this side I'm just winging it. I might change those to stairs, but like I said, I don't know for sure. Whenever I get my viewing window and everything else done, I'll probably change these. I might keep them, I might not. I kind of like the tree growing right here feel. But, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I need to look one more time. Okay. I got the pattern in my head. Let's just go ahead and take some carpet and we'll lay down some carpet. How about that? How about that? And I decided to use orange and blue wool primarily because they are complementary color. Whoa, what's going on there? Primarily due to the fact that they're complementary colors, and they are two of my favorite colors. So, a little fun fact if you didn't know that about me. And if you didn't care, then well, that's alright too, I guess. Some people just don't really care about what the favorite color is. And I should have enough wool to cover this floor. Like I said, I got another stack in here, so I think that's going to cover me quite well. I quit that. I think I decided to stop right there. I hope. Like I said, I can always change this back and recalibrate and redo and redesign and all the good re's. Not the re-read, but the re's. Wow, I'm rambling. This is usually why I don't do Let's Plays. Or not Let's Plays, but real talky episodes. I kind of get in, get out, get to the point, and get done. But it's nice to sit back and... I need to get rid of that one. Nice to just sit back and... Oh, by the way, if you didn't know this, beacons can go through carpets. Just another FYI. I'm just full of those today. But like I said before I started rambling again, that like I said, it's good just to step back from the typical progressional style of video making and kind of explore the talky episodes. And I think I got lapis, I got coal blocks. What else do I need for that? Coal blocks. Yeah, that's what I need. Let's go grab some hay bales, some levers, some redstone lamps, and I honestly don't know if I have any. I don't have any clay pots. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3 is 18. So let's just one more. Let's go smelt this up real quick and come on, sprint a little bit for me. Let's just throw it into... yeah, I don't want to waste it, but let's just throw it in there. I'll come back to get that whenever I need it. But right now we need, what did I say? Coal blocks and redstone lamps, yes. Do I have any redstone lamps? Redstone devices, yes. I need 1, 2, I need 6. And some levers. Some levers! I'll just take some sticks. Need some hay. Uh-oh. At least I got some wheat. Yeah. And honestly, it's... for me, doing these recordings in advance is kind of... I'm not going to say annoying, but I'm trying not to show anything that hasn't been shown already. Like I said, I think I just released a video showing that, which is the first World Show Off Let's Talk, or Just Talks. I think I call it Just Talks, or Show Off Talks. Wow, I need to stop saying that word. But like I said, I think that is what released today, which is Monday the 26th. Yeah, that's right. Oh, no. I did not think of that. This is going... Yeah, it's going to poke out quite a bit. Let's see what it does as far as aesthetics. That actually might not be too bad of a look as far as around the top part where it kind of stretches up. I don't know. I'll leave that there for now, and I'll see what it does for me later. Like I said, everything's subject to change, but I want to at least get these going before for the episode. And wow, I'm just stumbling over words today. But I'm hoping I can get this out or done recorded and get it on the upload track soon. Why does this not break? Okay. I gotcha. And these should be redstone lamps. And I'm hoping I don't go into full, this should be this, this should be this, this should be that. Because that could get pretty old pretty quick, knowing what I know from watching other YouTubers. And I'm starting to break into that again. Dang it. Does that power both of them? Yes. Okay. Woo-wee! That's a big relief off of my back. You're probably wondering what the heck these are. I will get to that in 1 second. Like I said, that's why I needed to smelt up the clay. And thinking about this all while I'm doing it, I'm just like, this would just be so much easier if I could just jump and cut the video and just jump into what it is. But that kind of gets old even for me as the one who records it. Like I said, I like to show you guys the process of making it, just to show you that this is not one of those, oh, get off camera and just go haywire with creative mode or something like that. I'm not that type of person, but I feel, I've not seen it in any comment, but I feel some people think that, and that's why my views have gone down, I believe. I could be wrong, I could just be paranoid, but that's kind of what I believe. So I'm trying to do some more on-camera type stuff. And is that done yet, I wonder? And I probably should have put that on jump boost so I could just jump up in there. But knowing me, I jump a lot and jump around a lot in episodes, and even for me it tends to be a little tedious. Yes, it's all done. Yeah. 6. Okay, perfect. What flower? Red flower, cactus, spruce. What was the other one? I'm forgetting my shit. Jungle. Okay, I didn't use oak. Alright. And I really need to... Hey, quit looking that way. Wow, I keep failing at this not looking thing. It's like, oh, what's over there? He's doing something. But I really do need to kind of watch myself on camera. I have gotten better at watching my mouth, but every once in a while it just kind of slips. And don't tell me I don't have any flowers. Oh no. If any of you are Team 4-star fans, you know exactly what that is. And if I had to explain that to you, I'm just going to link you to Team 4-star. Because there just is no explaining that. It is what it is, and I can't tell you what it is because it just seems wrong for me to have to explain it. Sorry, but I'm not going to explain it. And it's almost 4 o'clock. I could be getting a visitor any time now. I don't know. If I do get a visitor, there'll be a sharp break in the footage, and I'll probably come back afterwards. But anyways, who knows? Who knows? Put down some pots and plants. How do I have these arranged? I think it's jungle, rose, birch. Speaking of someone texting me, I think the other side was yellow flower, spruce, and cactus. Like I said, this being my bedroom, just some forestry, shrubbery to kind of liven up the place a little bit. But, like I said, hold on a second, just 1 second, give me a second. Alright guys, I'm back. And I was right, I had a visitor outside my door. A stray little kitten. It was so cute. No, Alex is here. But, like I said, let's go ahead and finish up this room and call it a day. Like I said, put some beds here. Like I said, no view right this second, but, well, you'll see in episode 15 of World Show Off what I got hidden behind here. Which is nothing right now, but it should be something then, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But let's go ahead with the design. If you remember my last episode, I showed off, or the last World Show Off, I showed off the underside of these daylight sensors. And, like I said, I'm following... Are you okay? Couldn't hold it any long, could you?
No.
That's alright. I won't get mad at you just yet. Anyways, like I said, that was wrong. That needs to be a furnace. But like I said, the last World Show Off, I showed off this little handy... Aww. I hate that trick. I showed off these handy daylight sensors and what they look like underneath, and like I said, I'm going off a pattern on my other screen, so I think this will work out alright if I have enough material. That's the catcher. The catcher in the rye, if you would. I have no clue what that reference is to, honestly. I'm just full of weird references today. Daylight. But where was I at before I was interrupted? I cannot remember what story I was telling. I'll probably watch this back and be like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Why didn't I remember that? No, quit doing that. But this episode's wrapping up fairly quickly, so... is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. So I'm trying not to mess this design up. It's pretty concentrate heavy. Alright. Yeah, sorry for all the distractions. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. But I do have to concentrate on this design a little bit. Did I do... Alright, I'm gonna cut this right here for a second and do this off camera, because I'm just went quiet mode on this. Be right back. Alright guys, what was supposed to be a couple minutes turned out to be 2 days. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I got into a kick where I got tired and didn't record any yesterday. I should have, but I didn't. But today is Wednesday. The first thing you'll notice is I changed these. But I finished up the room design. I did need a couple more quartz. And I went ahead and finished out the design like it's supposed to. so I had to go through the nether and grab a couple more beacons. But like I said, this is the completed room. Whoa, easy killer. I gotta find that place. But this is the completed room. Here's your view over here. Not too grand and spectacular. I guess we got some trees, which I might actually make this area a little bit more dense. I'm not quite sure yet. That's to be announced, and it's getting it's getting nighttime. So I probably can't sleep. Nope, I won't sleep at night. Like I said, pretty much here's the roof design. Like I said, I decided to block it off right there. I found it to be a little pointless to put the slabs right there, and I could have put them right there, but didn't really look right, even though this side it kind of does that. But that's about all I got for this World Show Off Talks. Although, just to show you what all my beacons have: Speed 2, Haste 2, Jump Boost 2, Strength, and Regen. So basically, anything comes my way, I'm pretty good at. Whoa, that's kind of loud. But like I said, this episode, I'm hoping to keep it around 25 minutes. I've already went at least 23, 24. So that's all I got time for today. Let me know what you think, and get excited for what's coming this way. And peace out.